Hi everyone, I'm back. Let's talk about fall 2024 now that the collection is online and it's coming into stores. If you'd watched my previous video, you know I was just in New York and I happened to be at the boutique when they were opening the boxes for fall, and they let me try some of those pieces on. I did my review of the collection on Instagram, and I just want to go over that quickly to talk to you about what my thoughts are about this particular collection, and then we'll get into some of the detail and the newness. So fall 2024 was cleaner, leaner, and tighter, especially when you compare it to summer, where the silhouettes were more relaxed and oversized. And like I said, I always look to the first look to give you some guidance as to the theme of the new season. Then I do my sorting, and let's go through that. So this is where I see a little bit of the code. It's still oversized, but not overly so, and it's not that obvious. The silhouettes are leaner, although for some people who are wearing fitted clothing and have for a while, they look at this and they think, you don't think this is oversized? Oh, it is, but it could go bigger, a lot bigger, and those who know the row know. These are neutral palettes and subtle layering, which I really liked. And speaking of layering, I pulled all the images that had these taut turtlenecks, which were the foundation for a lot of the outfits. I would say that it would be great to add a turtleneck to your fall wardrobe so that you can create some of these looks, but I don't know that it's entirely necessary to get a row turtleneck. I have felt them and I own a couple of them, and they are really, really great. They feel comfortable. The fit is lovely. The fabrication is always wonderful, but it's costly and the prices are going up. So I would say that if you're trying to achieve a row look, maybe you sacrifice a turtleneck and invest it in a coat or something else. So these are all the images with the turtlenecks, and this is what I think is more the theme of this collection. It's feminine, it's sleek, it's very equestrian, and it's very chic. I loved all these looks. They're very different, a big departure from how I normally dress, and I don't know that I will be investing a lot in this because it's not part of my core DNA, but it's really fun to flirt with new pieces in your closet. I like that blazer. I will add to my wardrobe. And as always, there's some evening looks, and in every single one of these looks, there's a little bit of asymmetry, and I am so drawn to it. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to talk to you about my outfit. When I said asymmetry, it reminded me of that because I'm wearing Lisa Eisner for the row earrings, tubular with Twisted Sister, and the Niterói gray tee with a Massimo Dutti leather skirt. I'll link all of this. And red is everywhere now with the row. Red is an essential, I would say. In the tights, in the sweater, that pop of color that Mary Kate just loves, and in her preferred color of red. It's really nice to see that. Their version of red every season changes a little bit, and I like this one. It's vibrant against that blue. The styling in this collection was excellent, like just very, very good. I spoke about this on Instagram about spring 25, that I wasn't excited about the styling, that I liked the pieces, but I would pull them apart and put them back together in a very different way. But for fall, it's great. I took a closer look at this head to toe. It feels like code above the knees, and then below it's cropped and slimmer. The pant legs were going up and going lean in this collection. And I've been noticing that some of the celebrities are walking around with capri pants, which I wore a lot in the 90s. And I'm not sure I'll go back to capri. I can get on board with the idea of a cropped cigarette silhouette style pant. I think that might work with what I already have. I like that look with an oversized shirt too. Here are the slouchy accents, slouchy gloves, slouchy boots, the arms of the jackets pulled up. Let's go through some of the new fall coats from ready to wear. The coats are the defining piece for any row look. And fall coats are beautiful, and this collection is a little slimmer, as I've mentioned. The Woody coat is offered in wool and cashmere. Then there's the Elia coat in wool and in virgin wool. I like the idea of a coat like this. A car coat goes over everything. It's one of those coats that you keep easily accessible in your mudroom by the door. So I think that's always a good investment. Then you have the Laguna and Gustav coat, both of them in cashmere, and both of them decadent. Really luxurious. One is a robe style coat and the other one The other one's just a very loose car coat as well. And then there's the Trevisa coat in Python. How heavenly. And the Posidone? God, I am just butchering these names today. In suede. This one is also gorgeous. I just love the styling. The Parnasse coat in leather is going to be offered in store only. I like it. It's not really my thing because it doesn't suit my frame, but I know somebody's going to buy this right away and look great in it. The Julie coat had a chance to try on in the store. It feels like a cloud when you wear it. I love the way it floats, but because it's silk, it's definitely more formal. The oyster color is gorgeous. I loved it against my skin, but it's going to be hard to maintain. So if I go out for the evening, I don't want to be eating any red pasta. And it's limited wear for me, but the price isn't bad. See the price on that one? So that's maybe how you justify it. It's not as expensive as the rest. The Fedra coat is excellent and classic, very much like the Alia coat. I think a coat like this is really a staple. It's just whether you can get on board with the fact that you're paying for the cashmere price. And then there's the Verlaine coat in cashmere, also very, very pretty. And the Marvin coats, every year there's a trench, and this one I'm sure is going to be just as good. And the sand coat, this one reminds me of my Diane coat. Except it looks like it would fit better. I had to get the shoulders altered on mine. My version of this. Then let's look at some of the jackets. There's always an update on blazers. I have a few of their blazers and I really like them, so you can take a look. The ones that stood out to me from this collection though were the ones that were very different, like a stark contrast to what we're used to seeing from them. The Fletcher jacket and the Byrne jacket, and I have pre-ordered the Fletcher. And the Byrne is very nice. It's just longer and it's just too long for me, but I like the collars on that one. They're both really elegant. If you're looking to switch up your wardrobe, that's what I would do. The Holbrook's cool, but I feel like the proportions might be off. And there's a cape. The designers have always loved capes, though they used to do it in fur. I like that they're putting some of these into the collection now. So if you need something like that, that might be one to look at. And then there's the knits. I get really excited about knits. I think because I wear them and I know there's going to be utility. There's some updates. There's some beautiful marled cashmere. There's also this really 70s inspired Fair Isle sweater. I don't think I'll be doing this because this is too reminiscent of my childhood and kind of feels dated, but I think it would be cool. It's really a dad sweater, isn't it? And there's the Himis sweater in cashmere. I tried this on in the boutique. It felt like an updated version of Ophelia. It's in all cashmere, so that's a bit different versus the Ophelia, which is a wool cashmere blend. This is all cashmere. Their cashmere, by the way, is so good. It's getting so good. If you'll notice, that is reflected in the pricing. And then the Druna I tried on in the store. I have this in the green. It is gorgeous, and I normally can't wear cashmere. It makes me itch, oddly enough, but I have no problem with this cashmere because it's that good. If I didn't have the green, I might have taken this one. And then we have some salt and pepper Horan sweaters, really nice. And then the Healthy sweater in the cashmere, the Hover sweater in wool, which these are thinner. And the Hoti cardigan, and one in a very vibrant red. And then some polos. They do those, and they're very... To me, they're a different look entirely and for a different style. I don't own any of these. I might try it one day. The Helios sweater reminds me of this one, which I'm contemplating getting. I want one that's sort of in the middle, like not too thick and not too thin. And then we have some of the turtlenecks and some more sweaters. Then there's the Hayes sweater in wool, which is the one we see in this look. And then some of the fitted turtlenecks for layering. Again, if you have a limited budget, I wouldn't put it into this. And then we have the Hibim sweater, which is the updated Sibim sweater. And same idea, but this is all cashmere. I guess that's what they're doing between the Hemis, and the Hibim. These are the updates to Ophelia and Sibim. And then there's the Hepney turtleneck, which is the updated Stepney. The Herini is going to remind you very much of the Davian. And then some new cardigans, and this cobalt blue haired sweater in cashmere and silk. Color is so vibrant. I love it. Beautiful. And then for the shirts, the Frou shirt was there on the floor, but I didn't try it. It reminded me of I think it was the Baltica shirt. It's cropped and fitted, and it's not my thing, but I think if you're going to the office and you need something slim underneath your blazer, that is a good option. Métis shirt in cotton, their shirts are great. They are expensive, but I really like them. Some of them lean stiffer and some of them are softer. The Attica shirt was one that I bought, but I don't love it. I like the Luca better in the teal and the sienna because those were soft cottons and they almost felt like they had cashmere. I mean, I have high hopes that it won't be a stiff cotton. That'll be really nice because I love the color. Cecilia in silk, you know I am addicted to Cecilia shirts. I have 4 of them. Very flattering and easy, and I like the silk because of the drape on my broad shoulders. And then the Sveva Millerina shirt in cashmere, similar to the Caroline. They're very big and oversized, generous fits. And then you have a couple of new vests. I'm not going to go too much into the dresses. Have a look. Lovely, lovely options if you're looking for fancy, expensive evening wear. You can find them here. I have enough of the maxi skirts, so I'm not really looking at maxi skirts anymore, but they just, every year they're going to have an update to that. The designers love floor length pieces. There's the Anouk skirt in wool, which I think would be good to get because then you could recreate this look from spring 25. Then for pants, now there's the Jess and the Vesco, the Jago, the Encore. If you don't have a pair of their trousers, go in and try some on. Some of the rises are higher, some are lower. It's just a matter of finding the right fit. Try the bonnet pants on. They had a version of it there in like the gala pant, in a viscose. So I tried that on, and it's got the buttons down the front. And I liked it, but I didn't love it. It felt very narrow in the hips and higher in the rise, and that is not a good look for me. But the pants were, what I liked about it though was the drawstring and the pajama feel. I'm really into pajama pants right now. I think it's just, they're so comfortable. And then we have the Eglita pants in some updated colors, and if you notice there's a version with a touch of cashmere. Yes, the prices have gone up for the Eglita, but they are worth it. I absolutely recommend if you're going to get a pair of pants from them, you get an Eglita pair. I live in them. And then they do have an array of very expensive and comfortable loungewear. If you're looking for something like that, you're going to have a bunch of options. The Barium pants in jersey, that price is kind of crazy, but I did want to talk about it a bit because if you don't like the gala doesn't really sit well on me. I don't have much in the back side, so the Barium suits me better. I like them, and I like these pants by James Purse. I think those are 2 options. I just don't understand the Barium price. And then an update for denim, the Riaco and the Dan jeans. When I was in the store, I tried the Riaco jeans on. I mentioned this in the previous video, but the sizing is changing on their classics and essentials. The jeans and pants used to be 0 to 4, 6. They're now 23, 24, 25. And I go to a 2 in my denim because I like things lower, looser. So I was taking a 2, which translated to a 25. I had the question, what size do I get in the Eglita now that it's in that sizing? I don't know. I think the 2 might be a 26. It could also be a 25. The Eglitas are a large style. I really think that you should try both and then return 1 pair. I'd also been asked to try on the Dan jean, and they're doing it in this new darker wash and very formal. I don't like the style on me. It's higher in the rise and it kind of hugs my hips, and I find that I have a boyish figure. I'm broader in the shoulders, narrow in the hips, and I'm always looking to offset that. So the Dan doesn't work for me. I need something lower and wider leg. Now let's look at some of the newness in bags. There's a few new options, not a lot, but a few. The small bindle, the mini Devon bag, there's the Amazon clutch, which is very cute. And then you have the Blake Hobo and the new Bowling Margot. Let's start with the small bindle. You know, when I first looked at this, I thought, well, I'm not a big fan of the bindle overall because I just find it difficult to get in and out of the bag. But this little one, the styling in this one kind of made me think twice. I thought, this might be a really good evening bag for me. For some, it's the perfect day bag, but for me, evening. Then we have the mini Devon. I'm not a fan of the shape of the Devon bag, but the mini Devon is kind of cute for evening as well. I like it handheld, it's elegant, and it looks very chic. I did try on the Devon bag when it was first released in the large and the small. I preferred the large because it was a little slouchier. I generally speaking didn't like the shape of the Devon and the fact that it was holding its shape. It was rigid and structured. But I could get on board with this, and I do like this color and this kind of very deep olivey green. And I think for the right person, if you don't want the Margot and you're kind of wanting to differentiate, you might go this way. Then there's the Amazon clutch. I am really into clutches right now because they're multi-purpose. You can take them out for the evening, and then you can also stick them in your bag, and they function as a wallet. And it's sort of like a hidden treat that you have where there's another element to your outfit and you surprise people when you pull it out. And then the Blake Hobo, if you are bored by park and you want a little accent and a little hardware, or you just want your shoulder strap to be adjustable, then I would go for Blake. And that little tab closure will make the bag look a little different and sit differently. It's an added detail that you either love or you don't. I think for me, I do like the classic, and I'm not a big fan of the buckle, but this might speak to some of you. And then we have an update to the 90s bag. The original version was more rectangular in shape, and it had a very thin strap. It had a little buckle on it. And you might have seen people carry it out in the evening. They also attach it to their Margos and other totes and bags. That looks kind of cute. This is round, the new version. And then there's also the Edith bag, which is round with 2 handles. Both of these bags are updates and takes on the original 90s. This is one of the few bags that I actually don't have in my collection. I've been asked to review it many times. It's just not a favorite of mine, I think, because it was very popular. Before the Margot kind of exploded, there weren't a lot of Row fanatics. There were some of us, and a lot of people had the 90s, so it was just sort of everywhere at the time, and didn't catch my attention. I think it's great for a bag inside of a bag, and I think you could put your makeup in it and things like that, but it's kind of expensive for that purpose. It is a very chic evening bag, and if I were to get it, I would definitely attach it to another tote and use it for that purpose, and I think it looks cool. Incidentally, I've actually pre-ordered the Edith, and I don't know why, because the more I looked at it after the pre-order was submitted, the less I liked it. So I don't know that that's one that I'll be keeping. And then of course the Margot Bowling. I like how functional this is. It's the perfect shape for over the shoulder. It's kind of like a cross between Margot and Terrace. It's a long handled and rolled handle, so they'd be very comfortable. Zip closure, easy to get things in and out of. It looks nice when carried by hand like this too. I imagine it's not going to be too heavy. Pebbled leather is very functional, won't scratch up as easily. It's a good choice. And now for shoes. There are some newness in shoes as well. Signum, the Lisa. Some of the names have changed from the pre-order sheets. This is the Awar ankle boot and the knee high. We have new colors in some of the older styles, and then we have the Noblest shoe boot and the Signum flat in a few different colors, rich colors. I love the colors. And then the heeled ballerina with the elasticated back, and the Prudence boots and the pump. And there's the kitten heel with the elasticated back, and the ballerinas, and then some new derby shoes and some boots. The Vega sandals that I did try on. Very first pump there, the Dorsey pump in Lisa. That was the Uxor before. Sometimes they do this. They change the names when they first present the collection. They have potentials for names. Some of those pieces don't even get put into production, and some of the names change. So that's what happened with this. And same for the little ankle boots. They were the Hereditas boots before, and now they're the Awar ankle boots and tall boots. Unfortunately, the pricing changed on this, and not insignificantly. I ordered the knee boot because I thought that was a significant piece from this collection and transformational in the looks. Certainly at this new price, 4,000 plus and almost 6,000 Canadian, I can't do it. I just can't justify it. I have an old pair of Prada boots that remind me of this, and so I'm just going to go with that. But I can imagine when they're released, the quality is going to be outstanding, and one of those things, probably a pair of boots that you'd swoon over. I'll look forward to trying them and then putting them back on the shelf. The Noblest shoe boot, clunky, kind of 90s. I did order the Signum heel. I think that heel is going to be high for me. Maybe I should have done the flats, but I really like the way these look. They're very Celine, Phoebe for Celine, and I liked it with the nylons, and I hope that they work, and I hope that they don't give my back any issues and that they're comfortable. Then there's the Awar heeled ballerina and suede. My foot doesn't do well with those elasticated bands at the back. There's a rub and it hurts. Lanvin did a lot of these. I mean, it was their classic ballerina forever, and I could never wear them. So I won't be buying these. And then there's the Prudence boot. I think these are very chic, but I have really skinny ankles and skinny legs, and they're disproportionate to the rest of my body. But I do like the idea of them because I would style them like this with the pant leg tucked into them. Kind of 70s. Reminds me of like the boots that Chrissy would wear on Three's Company. And then it's offered in a pump, and then more ballerinas, and the Lisa kitten. It's so cute, but again with the elasticated back. I might have done this shoe except for that. And then there's the Novus Derby. It's okay. I think the Derbies would look good with wide leg pants. And the riding boots, I have a pair of their riding boots, but I don't wear them that much anymore. Not because they're not great, but because they're heavy. It's the Ranger boots, and they're not even that heavy. I just find that I go to other boots in my closet before I reach for them. I like my canals a lot. And I tried on the Vika sandal. They were unboxing it when I was there, and it wasn't comfortable, not even a little bit. And I went up a half size. I think this was a 7. It looks pretty, but they're not my shoe. Then there's the kitten boot with the pointed toe. I would have to go up in size because I never find a pointed toe comfortable, but I love the look. And it looks like it's going to really hug your ankle and calf, which is a bonus for me because nothing ever fits. Then there's the Novus moccasin. Every year there's a new version of a loafer, and this is nice. It looks rigid, not as comfortable as the soft, but I haven't tried them. I want to spend a couple of minutes talking to you about accessories. And because if you don't have funds, the easiest way to change up your wardrobe is with a brightly colored scarf. And the designers love their scarves. I think a lot of what they were wearing was Herve. There might have been a Johnston's, a Velgan here and there. When I was in Paris, I went to Herve and picked up a scarf from there. Those ones are really difficult to source. They don't have a proper online presence. And so I'm glad that the Row is dabbling in this. But it is an investment. So, I mean, you don't have to do a Row scarf. But I will say they do them, like everything else, very well. And I like this green a lot, the emerald green. These socks in cashmere are very cute, probably for lounging around, I'm guessing, because they look like they're thick and they might not fit inside a shoe. Lovely gloves with the top stitching, very elegant, very ladylike, and in line with the rest of the collection. And then there's some more of the marled cashmere options in scarves. And the vintage belt looks kind of Western, and I don't love it. When I have a strong reaction to something, I find it takes me a long time to get past that. But those are the pieces that I often come around to and end up loving. It's very strange. That is the Row slow burn. And then we have the Victoire scarf in cashmere. Really luxurious. Again, reflected in that price. In summary, if you are someone that has a lot of the Row already and you're looking to add a little spice to your collection, I would look to these types of pieces because they're a little different. The Fletcher jacket is very tailored, very slim, very feminine, and the coat as well. I mean, these are differentiating pieces if you are the gal that has everything already. If you're not interested in that and you're looking more to classics to round out your wardrobe because the Row prices are going up and they're getting steep, then maybe you invest in one of these, which are the updates to the Sibim and the Ophelia, but you do it in an all cashmere version if you can. These are the pieces that I would invest in. I wear these on repeat. I live in my jeans, my Eglita jeans, my Riaco jeans, my cords, my sweaters. I would maybe look to get an oversized button down, something like that. And then that brings me to the next point about pricing. I can't really not address it because I'm sure you've seen with the fall collection, prices are going up in every category. Their knits, their pants, the shoes. I know that some of this, of course, is that they're using a very luxurious cashmere now. I was actually schooled on that, and the saddle leather is even softer and more malleable than it was before. So prices of everything, they seem to be going up across the board in the luxury category. But then there comes a point where it's just difficult to justify. I've had people call me insane for spending what I do on and one of those people is my husband. And he's not wrong. I just think that they do things like at a level that not many people do, and then also offer the edge that I'm looking for. It's not like Laura Piano or Brunello. It feels those lines they're great, but they feel more mature. And this one doesn't have that maturity to it. Even for me, I'm having a difficult time fitting everything into the budget. I have to sell some things and wait for things to go on sale, wait for other things to come up pre-owned. That is coming from someone who invests quite heavily in the row. If there's something you need my advice on, meet me on Substack. I have a chat over there and a growing community of row lovers. I know that people have questions about things like this, like, should I get this? Is it worth the money? Should I get this or this? And that is where I answer all of those questions in detail. If you have a question specific to this video, happy to answer. But if it's one-on-one styling you're looking for, meet me over there. That would be great. As I get more information and I do more try-ons, I will be posting that on Instagram and writing about it on Substack and showing up here as often as I can. That is the Row Fall 2024 review.